morning today. It's Monday, November the 28th. I'm going out here to the firewood pile and get my wood stove going here in the wood shop. I'll try to do some more glue ups on that tabletop we started last week, and I got to get that shop above 50 or 60 degrees in order for that hide glue to cure properly. Here's some of the walnut that I've had air drying out here for a few months, and I had the fan on it. But now the humidity is getting a lot lower with these winter months that are coming on, and the fan doesn't do a whole lot of good, so I'm not running the fan on it anymore. But I took the moisture meter on it yesterday, and most of it is just about ready to go in the kiln. In order for this thick walnut to go in the kiln, you want to get it to below at least 20% or below moisture content.
I need time to think it over while I finish up this drink. Your proposition.
Well, I finally got the shop warmed up, and we'll be able to use that hide glue today and not have to worry about it not drying. We're going to be working on the tabletop today for the farm table build, and using the Veritas bevel up jointer plane here to true up the ends. Since our last video, when I started this series on the table, I've not done anything to it besides just take this first panel out of the clamps. And the glue up went really well on it. We got a nice tight joint. And I did come in here afterwards and clean up some of the hide glue. I had a comment on my last video. Somebody asked me why I was using the jointer plane after I ran the edges through my power jointer. And the reason being is that power jointer will leave very small machine marks, I think. And sometimes what I think will cause a glue up edge not to fit as tight as it could. And what I do is I run it with my jointer plane just a few times and take a very light shaving, and it cleans up those machine marks, and it really gets this edge tight and ready to go. I've already worked up the edge on this board actually a few weeks ago, and where it's going to join the existing panel we have here for the top. I don't think it will need anything at all besides just gluing up and putting some clamps on it. Now, I've not got the glue on here yet. What I call this is a rehearsal. And Paul Sellers kind of started using that term on YouTube, and he started making videos. And, he's probably used them for years. But anyways, I do a rehearsal before I use any glue, just to see if I'm going to encounter any problems or if I need to make any adjustments before I do the glue up. Because once the glue's on here and we start clamping it, there's no room for error at that point. You're done. It's either going to be right or it's not. A good rehearsal, as Paul calls it, will really give you an idea of what you need to do and how it's going to come out, and really save you a lot of trouble. And this one's going to come together very good. Very well. Sounds a lot better than very good. Also, in the video I put up last night on the thumbnail, there was a picture of an older man, and I'd be interested to see if anybody knows who that guy is. And if you do, leave a comment below, and on the next video, hopefully that I put out tomorrow, I'll pretty much just say who that guy is and give you a little information on him. He's a very interesting man, or he was. He's dead now, but he was a very interesting man. I'll just put some more firewood in the stove. I'm going to try to warm it up in here just a little bit more before we do that glue up. I would hate to do it and that hide glue not dry up properly. That'd be a mess. But this is our next piece to go on the tabletop, and I don't get no hurry on these tabletops. I do one board at a time once I get my initial panel started. And this face right here has already been dressed up. The bottom edge has already been straightened. And this top edge here is still rough sawn. As you can see the edge right there, it's still pretty rough. That was probably the edge that was left after the sawmill harvested it. And what I'm going to do here right now is take my jointer plane and start dressing this edge up a little. First thing I need to do is probably tighten the vise down. It doesn't take long with a really sharp blade to work down those high spots and get a nice flat edge.